Welcome to the Hunt V Show, episode 3. We're your host, Hunt Voth, Connor McLaughlin. We are back.
We're back.
We're back.
We took a small break. We took a 1 week break.
Yeah, took a 1 week break.
But that's all right.
But we're back, everybody.
There's still plenty to catch up on.
Yes, we do.
All right, well, we will start with a little bit of NFL and NBA. There's not a lot to talk about with the NFL outside of course, Patrick Mahomes and the Kelce's. They always kind of seem to catch our eye, which also, being close to Kansas City and your brother being a Chiefs fan. And I feel like our lovely algorithms on our phones are just, purposely giving us nothing but Kansas City news. But
It's nuts.
Patrick Mahomes, and not really not necessarily a football-related thing for Patrick Mahomes and his wife, but they welcomed the third child.
They're about ready to. They announced it.
Oh, they announced it. So
they
they
announced
welcomed
that
yet.
they announced it that they're having a third child. And
There we go.
Yep, that one's on the way. I'm not sure if I read that date right.
Daddy Mahomes is adding another one to the squad there.
That's probably it. I probably think.
I don't know. That's to each their own. I mean, I'm fine with my 3. So
You told me you only could have 3.
yeah, I'm fine with my 3. Now again, some people like more. I mean, some people will have 4 or 5. Who knows?
That's right.
That's all onto them. But now on to Travis Kelce. You said he did some karaoke thing.
Oh,
got
he
up on
wants
the
a
stage and
video. Was
did his best Taylor Swift impression, I guess.
Yes, he did. I think one of her dance moves I thought I saw. Yeah, he did one of her little dance moves that she does on stage, and then next thing you know, he's up there singing like whatever that song is.
He was singing some rock.
He was singing some rock and roll.
It wasn't your typical what you hear from Taylor Swift, but he was also named the number 1 best tight end going into the 2024 season. It's not a shock. I don't
shocked.
think. You were shocked? I'm not shocked.
I wasn't shocked. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
No, I'm not shocked. I mean, the crazy thing is, and this is the same thing in every position in professional sports. I mean, that's why they're, as a professional athlete. But I mean, he's just so dynamic as a tight end with being able to not only like he's improved his blocking ability. So having that in the run game is a huge thing. For him to be set on the edge and chip blocks and things like that. I mean, but he's just like putting a receiver out there. I mean, he's just as effective in finding space. His hands are phenomenal. He's he doesn't run a 4.6 40, but he's athletic enough to where it's hard for defenses to cover him. So it doesn't shock me that he's ranked up there. It wouldn't have shocked me if George Kittle was up there. There's a handful of guys that again I think kind of are up in that top tier and that doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
Yeah, that didn't surprise me. I was like, he seriously got number 1 ranked?
Yeah, that doesn't. And I don't know. Is this the first time he's been preseason number 1 in his position?
I think so.
That kind of more so shocks me, but
Yeah, it shocked me because everything was blowing up my phone after seeing all that.
Well, good for him.
Taylor did like it, by the way.
Well,
so
good. I'm glad. I'm glad she did. Good old my Kelce, the one that I pay attention more to.
Good, Jason.
Good old retirement, still treating him very, very well. He was in some fundraising golf outing this past weekend, and they there's just little things that you can buy online, and it fits I think 6 or 8 beers. And you slam the top of it, and it punctures the hole as you're ready to shotgun. Mm-hmm. And so he, partaked in this right before he tee off, and I saw that on Twitter. I thought that was funny.
No, he's
very much so enjoying his retirement, which is well deserved. But
yes, he is.
It's great to watch that. So, but yeah, not a lot in the NFL. Again, we are getting closer here. We'll start. I'm sure in the next couple of weeks, especially once we get into August. We'll get closer into training camp starting, preseason, and a lot more picked up with the NFL.
A lot more picked up, and then
we get a little bit closer. But
yeah, football season's coming.
It's right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
It will be here.
Yep.
But we also we've got a little bit of NBA.
Yeah.
A little bit of basketball to talk about. Probably depending on again what kind of fan you are of the James family, but
my
Both
middle name.
both LeBron and Bronny got deals.
Yes, they did.
Got deals done there.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know. Again, I didn't look. I do remember seeing that LeBron had at least mentioned to Lakers that he would be okay to restructure his contract for a smaller amount if it means they brought some more help. Now, I mean, again, I don't know if 2 years and $104 million is taking a smaller amount, but that's what he signed for. He signed a 2 year, $104 million contract.
Yes, he did.
Bronny ends up signing a 4 year.
4 year.
$7.9 million deal with the Lakers, which I think, I mean, that's as a 20-year-old kid, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
But I did see that there were some comments, and again, how true this is, I don't know, but some comments with the James family or, again, people close to LeBron and Bronny that he was expecting a little bit more, which I don't know. This is the part of where, like, professional athletes, I don't understand, because you're making millions of dollars. Like, I get maybe because you're spending a bunch of that money. Like, like the house that LeBron James has, the multiple, I'm sure it costs a lot of money to upkeep all those things, but like $104 million isn't enough, or 7.9 over 4 years isn't enough. Like, I don't know. That is something to where, again, it will, when people complain about making millions of dollars a year to play a sport, it will always rub me the wrong way.
Yeah, I can tell it does.
I just don't understand it. But I've seen, clearly watching any ESPN stuff or listening to any podcast or sports radio, it seems like Bronny's doing okay so far in summer league.
I haven't watched him yet. I need to get into watching.
I don't think he's doing anything spectacular. He's not going out there and scoring 40 points a game, but they're putting, I think whoever's doing the summer league coaching, I don't know if it's not JJ Redick, but they had mentioned that, like, they're going to try to get Bronny as many minutes as possible in summer and, kind of let him develop, because, honestly, he had like half a year at USC, with his heart condition, and really hasn't had a lot of time to develop, being, after post high school. So hopefully he takes that well, and hopefully, I think his first game I saw, what was it, like 6 or 8 points and 20-something minutes, and it was almost identical to his appearance first time at USC playing in a game. So I think that's kind of, I don't know if that's ironic, but
yeah,
they were comparing the numbers for his first game at USC compared to first summer league game with Lakers. But
yeah, Bronny's doing well, man. He's doing well. Looking forward to watching him. And then other news we got, which we were, I guess we can say both shocked. Klay Thompson
very shocked.
To the Mavericks.
Yeah, I was very, very shocked.
I could not believe that.
Well, it's one of those things to where, now again, every dynasty kind of has to end. And as much as I understand how important Kevin Durant was to those, couple years when he was in at Golden State, but again, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green, that's the original three there that started that dynasty, and now all of a sudden one of the key pieces to that is gone. I know he's got two back-to-back years of having some major issues injury-wise. I thought he recovered well from both of those, but what a pickup by the Mavs.
Yeah, what a pickup.
You come out of going to the NBA championship, only winning one in the series, which, again, not that any competitor ever wants to only win a game in a 7-game series, but I don't think a lot of people thought the Mavs were going to be there. So you kind of already exceeded some expectations in that perspective, but you've got a young team, you've got a good nucleus, you've got, a superstar with the Mavs, and now all of a sudden you bring Klay Thompson in for veteran leadership. You get some more threats beyond the arc. Again, it's having, and it works perfectly for the Mavs. I think they're a very drive to the hoop, kick out. You just need someone out there you're going to be pretty sure is going to hit 30-40% from behind the arc, and that's Klay Thompson.
That's Klay for you.
So I think that's a huge pickup for the Mavericks. We'll see what Golden State will still be good. Let's not act like they're going to all of a sudden start to be in a rebuild, but they definitely, you're going to have to start to look at what's next. How much longer does Steph have? How much longer does Draymond have? I mean, does Steve Kerr want to keep coaching? I mean, I notice he's, one of the coaches or the coach for Team USA. And I feel like when you start coaching in the Olympics, you're starting to, like Coach K, I mean, after he did, his last one, he was done at Duke a couple years later. I feel like when you start saying, I'm going to coach Olympic basketball, is that I'm getting close to my retirement.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll have to see with that.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Clay, congrats on that. 3 years.
Yeah, I did see WNBA, both Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark got All-Star nominations.
All-Star nomination.
Yeah. It's weird their season being so different off track from the NBA, but I feel like the hostility around the WNBA and some of the stuff with Caitlin Clark and how she's quote unquote been treated or not been treated or however you want to, I feel like that's starting to kind of calm down, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because it looks like numbers are still up, attendance is still up, like all the positives out of what you got from Caitlin Clark and the fame of her and Angel Reese in this class, like it seems like all of that is still progressing.
Yeah, still progressing.
But now you're not having all of the negativity and the talk of it all. So that's kind of nice.
Yep. They're doing well. Well, Caitlin, I'm not sure how she did last game. I'm not sure.
I think, wasn't it last week she had her triple-double? First rookie in the WNBA to have a triple-double as a rookie. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's a heck of an accomplishment and pretty cool to watch.
Yes, it is. Even though I didn't get to watch it, I just
watched the highlights. But
I just check notifications.
Yeah, that Twitter and whatnot. So,
but yeah.
Well, all right, that's NFL and NBA basketball, WNBA. We'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll talk a lot of hockey. Looks like the Blues have started to catch fire and getting their team together and. So when we come back, we'll talk a lot of hockey.
Yeah, we'll come right back right after this. This is the Humvee Show. Welcome back, the Humvee Show. Now it's time to talk some hockey.
That's right.
Woo!
And like always, you gotta carry me on this one, Hunt. I am not much of a hockey person, so you have to carry me in the hockey department.
Well, someone in your family's real into hockey. We all know that.
Who?
I think isn't it your sister-in-law that is?
I don't know. I mean, my sister. I mean, they live in St. Louis, but
yeah, because I know one is a Blues fan. And I was like,
oh well. I don't know if they were like diehard hockey people, but
I think
again, they live in St. Louis and they're sports people. So
yeah, I think I caught that one time when I was at one of your games. I was like, oh, we got the Blues on, and then one goes, yeah.
They're much bigger soccer fans, but
City fans, yeah,
they love watching. I mean, because they both played soccer and both now in different Hall of Fames for soccer, so. It's definitely, soccer's the big thing for him. So,
oh man, but hey, well, I'll get one of them started already because the Blues have signed Paul Buchnevich to 6 years. Let's go!
Seems like a really long time. Is that normal for hockey contracts?
I don't know how that all goes.
I feel like that's a long time for a hockey player, but.
Yeah, it's 6 years, and then some other rookies signed. One's probably Pierre
Oliver Joseph.
Oliver Joseph 1 year. And geez, there's like a guy, one of them from the Stars, a forward, and then several others. Like, this is amazing. Like, we're picking up more people.
Well, I mean, you got 3 of your rookies signed. Two or three guys picked up.
Yes.
I mean. Again, like I said, I don't know. How did the Blues do last year? Not great. Not great. All right, well, so that's a lot of excitement that they're getting these deals done and starting to wrap up, building a roster.
That's right.
You know, like a lot of sports fans, you're now starting to get excited about what it looks like on paper.
Yes,
Now
right.
we got to see if it translates to ice.
Yeah. And another
Very
thing on
exciting.
another thing with the Blues, the 2024-25 schedule is out.
And that's
finally.
that's for all NHL,
That's for
right?
all NHL, yes.
So that's cool. So when will hockey start?
October 15th? Oh, no, our home opener is October 15th. I think it starts the week before.
Isn't it like a pretty long season, hockey?
I think so. Goes
Right.
until April, I think.
Yeah, I feel like hockey and baseball both have
Or
ridiculously long seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But
But hey, Blues and Blackhawks do play each other, so just so you know that.
well, of course they do.
Because you're a big Blackhawks fan. I know
I
that.
mean, again, if I'm gonna pick a team, yeah, it's gonna be the Blackhawks. So
What has gotten into you?
I'm a mostly Chicago fan of sports. So I mean,
No way.
yeah.
You gotta be kidding
Again,
me.
I grew up in Illinois, Chicago. Like, I hate that argument when people are like, "Oh, but you're closer to St. Louis," but it's not my state.
Boring.
Missouri, it's not Illinois. I don't get that. I mean, it's fine.
I know everyone's like that with me.
to each
Everyone's
their
like,
own. It is what it is.
yeah, everyone's like that with me. It's like, why don't you cheer for an Illinois team around here in the Illinois area? I'm like, I'm cheering for a Missouri team here.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't cheer for a boring team like the Cubs.
Well,
So you're welcome on that one.
That's an opinion of yours, but that's fine. Shoot, you know what? So looking at hockey and talking about how long hockey season is, and it actually just sparked something that I saw. Was it last week? Going back to NFL. Now I'm just going all over the place here. I saw old Joey Burrow had made a
Oh,
comment that it was. I don't know if it was
Joey.
but they were talking about the NFL season being extended again, right? Because
Yeah.
and man, did he have an amazing point. So he had talked about, well, if we went to 18 games, he was like they need to have 2 bye weeks. So do what hockey does, what NBA does, which is your All-Star week is the entire league a week off, but
Yes.
you do it. So for football, it would be for the Pro Bowl. That would be
yeah.
the Pro Bowl
Pro
week.
Bowl before Super Bowl.
And this way, players who might be playing in the Super Bowl would be able to still do the Pro Bowl. If you said for an entire week there's no NFL football, I guarantee more people would end up tuning into that Pro Bowl than what has been the last couple of years. I mean, because it's been dying.
Yeah.
It has not been as exciting. I mean, I love moving more to like the games,
Yeah.
the challenges, things like that. Outside of, I mean, the game itself, it is what it is. But like, so that would be 1 bye week, and then everyone would have, there would be different bye weeks for everybody else. How they do it currently, which would be fine. And then that would add the extra weeks to where then Super Bowl Sunday would be the Sunday of President's Day weekend.
Yeah.
Therefore, 80% of working adults would have the following day off Monday for President's Day. Which, I mean, how many people I know, I've had a handful of people be like, the Monday after the Super Bowl should be a federal holiday.
Oh man.
Well, now, if you do that, so if you work on the system, 18 games, 2 bye weeks, go to the 2 or 3 preseason games, I think is what they were talking about. Like, I sat there and I read that. I looked at that interview and I was like, Joe Burrow, you are exactly correct.
Yes, he is.
Like, that is what a good idea if the NFL could get that done.
Step up. Good
I
deal.
mean, I do think, I think the player organization with the NFL is probably the best in sports. But I think the NBA, is probably ran the best of sports. I think
Silver does.
Silver
great.
does a phenomenal job.
Shout out to old Adam Silver.
Yeah, I mean, so I think if you're going to take things that do really well in the NBA, this being one of those, I think that would be a phenomenal. Like, I don't think you would go wrong with it.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
I mean, so again, that's a rant. We
That
were just
is-
talking about hockey and the long season that it is, and then I sat there and said, "Well, I remember that's how hockey does their All-Star game, All-Star week. Same thing with NBA."
Skills
so,
challenge first, then the actual.
yeah. See, and I watched it a couple years ago. I thought that was awesome.
Y'all love stars. And another thing back to the Blues schedule, Blues Blackhawks this year's New Year's Classic, or start off the New Year, they're playing the Winter Classic together at Wrigley Field.
Oh, so they're gonna put a rink in Wrigley.
Yes,
That's cool.
both rivals head to head.
That's
Me
gonna be cold.
Me and you going head to head.
That is going to be a cold game to watch.
Oh man, Logan said something about that, and I was just like, I don't know.
I mean, that's another.
Go to a Winter Classic game.
I think that's another cool thing that again that hockey does. That I mean, it's similar. I mean, again, we talked about baseball playing a game at the Field of Dreams, playing at the
Birmingham.
Yeah, I mean, like there's. So again, something that I think hockey does really well as a professional sport.
Yeah.
To attract. I mean, who doesn't want to go and watch a hockey game at Wrigley Field or at Boston or in New
Busch
York
Stadium, around there.
or Busch? I mean, like how cool would that be to kind of intertwine two different sporting venues to go watch a sport? I mean, again, something. Not that I mean, there's not really you can't play a football game on ice or anything, but like you see the NFL taking that type of when they're going over to play in England and London and Mexico and all these other places, trying to excite and grow the game. So,
Yep.
but yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep. Wouldn't mind a Winter. Wouldn't mind a Winter Classic for a birthday present. How about that?
That's a shout out to your mom and dad right there.
Shout out to my mom and dad, but
I'm not buying that for you for your birthday. Sorry.
well, you're a Blackhawks fan. We all know
That's
that.
fine, but that's a mom and dad thing or a brother thing. That's not a me conversation there.
But yeah, I've never been to a Blues Blackhawk
It's
game.
the only hockey game I've ever been to.
I need to get a first test at
It
that
was-
rivalry game.
It was awesome.
Yep.
I don't remember who won because it was many years ago, but it was cool. It was awesome to experience.
Yeah, but I need a first test of that stuff, the rivalries, and yeah.
All right. Well, that's what we got for hockey. We're going to take another short break here. We're going to come back, talk some baseball, throw in a little bit of golf in there, and then we'll wrap up after at the very end again with our local sports
Our
like we
locals.
do every week.
Yes, sir. Right back, everybody. This is the Humvee Show. Welcome back, the Humvee Show. Now, time to talk my favorite sport, baseball.
Some baseball.
Baseball.
You returned over to Busch Stadium last week, huh?
Yes, I did.
Did they win?
Close one, 2-0. I about charged the mound, by the way, so just so everyone knows that.
How great would that have been to watch on ESPN? Crazed fan jumps on the field and tries to run to home or tries to run to the mound, and it's the Hunt V being arrested.
Be in jail.
You would absolutely be in jail.
You were gonna bail me out.
I would have not bailed you out. Again, that's another mom dad thing right there. That is not a me thing. I will not bail you out of jail.
Oh man, hey, that's the best stadium you ever go to, there, bud.
What, Busch?
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't you dare even think
I
about
mean,
it. Don't, no.
Hunt, you're saying that because you're a Cardinals fan.
Yeah.
Like no offense to Busch, but again, Busch is
I
a
love
very
Busch.
nice stadium.
Yes, it is.
It is a very. I will be going on Saturday to go watch the Cubs Cardinals. It's the makeup of their rain out date from the last series, playing Saturday night. I will be there with my wife. Excited to go.
Aw.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
actually
it's-
finally treated her with a nice little something.
Yeah, I found some cheap tickets and we got all inclusive. So why not?
All inclusive?
Oh yeah. I will never. I'm sorry, but I will never go to a baseball game and not pay for all inclusive tickets.
Oh, all inclusive. You ever said you need it? You got to sit in the 703 club. I'm not gonna lie.
That's where I was looking at first. Because I know someone going to the afternoon game at 1:15 for the 703 club. We've got the Budweiser club.
Budweiser Club, isn't that out in?
I think it's right field. No,
Oh,
left field.
Left field.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably the Champions Club is probably what you're talking about, right?
yeah. I mean, it's far away, but again, like it's cost analysis. When I look at it, like unless you're getting nosebleeds, I'm gonna spend
I do not like nosebleeds.
just as much money, if not more, getting a cheap ticket and then paying $12 for a hot dog and $12 for a drink, and so yeah, I will go ahead and spend the extra money on getting all inclusive because it's well worth it.
It is nuts, man. I when I first went there for that whatever that series, the Cardinal Cup series,
Yeah.
which I no one didn't know I was going because I posted something out there on the page like, hey, rumors that I'm going to be at the game. Next thing you know, I'm at the game, and everyone's like, where is? Someone's like, are you in the 703 Club? I'm like, yes, I am.
That's that new one that's.
Yeah, it used to be the bow tie bar.
It's ran by Albert Pujols, right? Like that's his little club, I guess, that runs in the stadium.
Yeah, but it's pretty nice. They redid everything. The whole setup like right when you walk into the door, they check you, like check your ticket again.
Yeah.
And I go in there, I'm just like, this is nice.
Well, yeah. I mean, and again, I think that's
sections divided up in there too.
When you look at baseball stadiums, right? Again, I think you look at, and the same thing, not just baseball, it's all sports.
Yeah.
Right? You look at two things. You look at like the history of the stadium, right? So you have some, again, like Wrigley, like Soldier Field, like some of these stadiums, Fenway, like stadiums that again have history, and you want to go there because there's years, decades of history in that sport in those stadiums. Mm-hmm. But then you look at like Las Vegas, the Raiders Stadium when that was all done, SoFi Stadium, like all of these ones now that are state of the art that are just unreal. Like that is, to me, that's what Busch Stadium is. There's not a history factor in it, but it's really updated. It's got a lot of great amenities. Even though that, again, Cardinals fans think that rooftop was made at Busch Stadium. No, the Cubs have been doing that at Wrigley for many, 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 many years before. Now, Ballpark Village is awesome.
Yeah, that's
Don't
nice.
get me wrong. Like they saw an idea, and Wrigley's not the only baseball stadium that has buildings around it that they rent out. Like, I'm not saying Wrigley started that, but I think Wrigley's kind of known for it more. But I will say again, Ballpark Village is a different animal. Like, it's not like
nice.
if you go to the rooftops at Wrigley, it's not a connected thing. It's these, again, buildings, old apartments, whatever they were, that companies have bought, renovated, and put bleachers on top of it so you can watch the games. Like, it's not Ballpark Village is a whole thing that was built for the purpose of having extra entertainment for fans that want to go watch, a game, or again, don't want to go in and buy a ticket, but want to experience a lot of entertainment and excitement. When you go in, you've got that massive.
Yeah, they got studios in there.
Yeah, that looks like 1,000-foot TV and.
Nice.
Again, it's a whole different. I hate when people are like, "Oh, it's the same." There are completely different things. The rooftops in Wrigley and Ballpark Village at Busch are completely different things. Mm-hmm. Now, again, both of them have their advantages, but it is. But I think that's Busch Stadium is in that realm of they've done a good job over the last 10 years renovating it and having a lot of nice new things in it. So it is a stadium that I think people like to go and see because of the nice new amenities.
It's home.
Then again, for me, Wrigley, there's a history factor into it, right? Like, there's now again they've done some upgrades. Like they've updated. Well, yeah, they've over the last 10 years they have made huge updates at that stadium. They absolutely have.
Stuff with you.
What they have made huge updates. Again, just things that are structurally. Again, they're not changing, nor will they ever change the historic part of Wrigley Field. But like you can't go 20, 30 years without changing some things in your stadium.
Oh man!
But again, it's like Wrigley's similar, like Fenway, and it's a.
You ever been to Target Field?
I have not.
Oh, I went there like a long time ago. It was probably I think it was when A-Rod was still playing. We went to the Yankees Twins game. And I had to wear a twin shirt because our friend, that's a friend of ours that actually played for the Twins. Josh Raby. But yeah, we went there and I'm just Logan. We were all because I think Logan did wear his Arabia 11 shirt, I think. And then I had to go get it. I had to go get one of his teammates' shirts. I got a Joe Mauer shirt when I was there. I do remember buying a Twins hat, and I walk in there and I'm just like, this place is nice.
It's the only. Again, clearly I've been to Busch.
Right field's nice, like a little area out there. And I mean, they had like a little stage set up, like for a little table set for like the Bally people, or well, it used to be Fox Sports, but now it's Bally. They had the table pregame stuff set up out there in right field. I was like, you got to be kidding me! This is right here.
Yeah, see, I've been to Wrigley. I've been to U.S. Cellular Field, the White Sox field, right? I've been there.
Reedy needs to get me there. I need to get on him about that.
Clearly, I've been to Busch Stadium. I've been to the Brewers.
I need to get a trip up there.
Yeah, I've been to
during the day.
Brewers, and then my oddball one is I've been at the Orioles Stadium.
No way.
The Baltimore Orioles.
Wow.
I've been out there a couple different times throughout my age. The first time I went out there was for our 8th grade trip way back, and we went to Washington, D.C., and we stayed in one of our stops was Baltimore, and we took a tour of Orioles Stadium. And
I need to get a tour of Busch Stadium. I've been down the field. I'm not sure if I did tell you all that stuff. I actually got to go down for a Cardinal batting practice one year. Me and Dad did.
That's cool.
Because I think it was during high school, because I sold the most Cardinal calendars in my class.
Nice.
And next thing you know, it said, you get to go down for batting practice and whatever. I'm like,
that's cool.
You got to be kidding me. And I get down there, I'm like this far, let's say probably how far home plate is from the track. Probably maybe whatever you think. Let's say it's right here where I'm at. It's probably close to maybe where those chairs are where we're at right now.
Not far.
Probably not that far. And I'm just like, I'm pretty close to these guys that are hitting.
Well, that was I went to a mini camp practice of the Chicago Bears.
Whoa.
And I got to meet Brian Urlacher. Now, I mean, again, he wasn't practicing, because this was close to his retirement time, but like I remember he was signing autographs, and I went down. I mean, I was, almost. I think that was the summer before I went into my freshman year in high school.
Nice.
So, I mean, it was, again, a long time ago, but I can remember, and I shook his hand, and I looked up, and I was like,
I just shook it for a
you are an absolute monster of a person. Like, he was just, he was massive.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I ever got, I don't know. No, I did not. I did not get to shake any guy's hand, but I remember one game, I think I was walking around. I think it was John Wood Student Life at the time, I went freshman year I did go. And then sophomore year I did. And then that's when I was walking around, I found Al Herboski walking around. I'm like, holy cow, I got to turn around and talk to this guy. And so I hurry up and turned around. I was like, Al, can I have a picture? He goes, sure. He puts his arm around me. I'm just like, this is nuts. I'm meeting everybody.
When I was in college at QU, I went to a Cubs Cardinals game at Busch.
Mm-hmm. Wild rivalry.
We had, we were probably 3 or 4 rows behind the Cubs dugout. And the family sitting in front of us, Anthony Rizzo.
Rizzo's family?
No, it was, so Anthony Rizzo helped coach this kid's youth team when they're in the off season. And so like the family, I don't remember who I was with, but we were, talking blah, blah, and this family hears me. Again, we're at Busch, we're in Cubs gear. So clearly they, and they turn around and, they're like, so Anthony Rizzo actually, he helps coach my son's travel team when he's in his off season down. I don't remember where they were from. And I was like, dude, you're so full of it.
Dude,
and then all of us, I'm not kidding you. He gets up, he walks down to the dugout. And this is before the game. So they're batting, all this. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden he points at me and, waves me down there. And Anthony Rizzo and Starlin Castro come out of the dugout.
Oh, Cass?
Yeah. Come out of the dugout and sit there and, again, say hi to me and talk. And I'm like, oh, my God, dude, you're being serious. You really know Anthony Rizzo. That is – so that was a cool moment. That was cool.
Yeah, there's some friends of mine that actually know a guy that's actually pitching for the Blue Jays.
Nice.
That lives down in Southern Illinois, that part of Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
The countryside where our good friends, Freaks family are. They're friends with Trevor Richards, which I had no idea until I heard something about it. And I think my mom may have told me, like, hey, like, they're friends with this guy that's pitching right now. Or I'm like, wait, what? Are you serious? He's from, like, down by there? And they're like, yeah, he's down by here. And I think the mom talks to his mom, though, but they chat, but not all the time, but they hear it. I mean, they hear how he's doing. I mean, I'm not sure if he comes back for any events or anything. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Even though he's busy during the maybe time off or usually, I'm not sure. But he's doing, I think he's doing his dad job right now too. But yeah, I'm telling you what, I mean, anytime I go to a ballpark, I usually try not to say it, but everyone, I'm like, I mean, I am friends with with a former MLB player.
Yeah.
That's actually from here. And so yeah, I'm surprised no one hadn't been like, are you serious? You're friends with this guy?
Well, I feel like
yes.
I feel like that's kind of the cool thing that you've seen in sports now is like, and maybe it's just because, I mean, I don't know why, but I feel like nowadays people are more willing to understand that even professional athletes, I mean, they're just normal people. Like, I mean, they live their lives the same, like, you know, they get up every morning, they go to work. I mean, like, it's not, they're not like this. They don't live their life that much different than us outside of, you know, some clearly obvious factors. But again, like they have lives outside of the sport that they play. And the only reason I even brought up mine, and I'm sure many instances in yourself as well, it's awesome to see professional athletes that are going to take time out of their day, whether it's, again, I mean, even that. Like, I mean, we were 30 minutes before first pitch, and those guys came out of the dugout and said, what's up? Like, and again, they were polite, they were nice.
You're just like, holy cow.
It was just, I mean, it's awesome. Like, it's something you just, you know, you don't hear, it's one of those things where you don't hear those stories. You hear the ones where people ignore fans. You don't really hear about the times that people, again, go out of their way to try and communicate with fans or say hi or sign autographs, whatever it is. So, again, it was cool.
I don't think I ever got anybody's autograph, but probably. I mean, I'm not sure if I did get Josh's or not. I'm sure Logan did, but
yeah, I'm sure Logan did.
I mean, I did get Josh Kinney's autograph because I think it was at a banquet because I wasn't here. I told mom and dad, I was like, take this baseball
and get his autograph
and give me his autograph, and I get a video to me, and he signs my ball, and I'm just like, yes. I'm like, I got another Cardinal player autograph.
Well, I mean, that's again, like, it's
Kenny's the man.
For most professional athletes, I think most of them understand, like, even something as small as that can change a person's life. So
yeah,
good for those people. Thank you to those professional athletes that take their time to do things like that, because that's pretty awesome.
But yeah, and you know what? I am going to post this out there. What stadium myself needs to visit one time? I will put that out there. I'll put that out on the socials, everybody. I will make a list of a chart or poll, whatever, what stadium I need to go to.
Yeah.
And the best part about going to that game I was last week or so, I did get to see some friends there. The Stegemans, Kent, Selena, Jordan, Peyton were there. Kent came down. Kent bought me a beer. He goes, "Are you driving home?" I'm like, No. One of these two are. He goes, "Oh, here you go." He hands me a Busch Light.
There you go. Perfect.
And I'm like, "Yep."
Busch Stadium.
But yeah, Kent, it was good. It was good seeing Kent though. Kent, appreciate seeing you, man. Kent is a lovely supporter of this. I'm telling you what, he'll be like, "Hon, I'm your favorite supporter." I'm like, "Don't you even start this." But yeah, now move on from baseball. Now we got more. We're heading to Connor's other favorite one, golf.
That's right.
The John Deere Classic.
That's right.
Oh man.
See, it's been many years. So for people who don't know, I mean, the John Deere Classic, it's about 3 hours from Quincy.
I can believe
over by like Davenport, Iowa, in that little Quad Cities area.
Close to Macomb kind of ways.
I mean, still further away from Macomb, but yes, that direction.
I saw somebody from Macomb went, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it's something to where, like, I've played the course before, and it's cool always to, like, if you go right after the John Deere Classic, like the week after, they keep the pins and everything where they were on Sunday of the Classic, which is, again, for me, like, that's cool, even though that I probably shoot like a 90-something because, again, I'm not anywhere close to being as good as what those people are. But it is the John Deere Classic. Jordan Spieth kind of like made that place. Not that everyone's known about the John Deere, but when he was in, getting into his PGA card, and he played at the John Deere Classic and just blew that course apart.
Yeah,
Everyone kind of, and they had another, whoever was the winner this year. I mean, I think he was 20-something under for the entire tournament, which was, again, it's just insane. You don't see that very often. So,
yeah, I did.
but yeah.
Yeah, someone familiar got a picture with Jordan Spieth. I saw on the socials, I believe, if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, probably, yeah.
But again, yeah, another good golf outing that's close to us that we used to see a lot of people in our area go and watch. And
my dad went there, I think, one year. I think it was with my grandpa.
Yeah.
I think my dad said he was little, very little, I think. I'm not sure if I'm right about that. But, yeah, my dad said he liked it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, you really went to that golf outing?
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I did.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of those, smaller ones like John Deere. I've been to a PGA Championship.
Yeah, Logan's been one of those.
I went to the
St.
PGA
Louis.
Championship in old Whistling Straits up in Wisconsin.
Whoa.
Yeah, I went with my brother. It was actually the year that Jordan Spieth was very close to winning all 4 majors in one season. He did not. He didn't win the PGA that year, but he was close.
Jeez.
Yeah.
No, man, that's nuts. Now, on to our last
Take a
part.
break first.
Oh, we'll take a break.
Yeah,
we'll take a
we're
break
gonna
first.
take a break.
Take a break. I got
Take a
Paul
quick little
Jackson.
break here, and then we'll finish up
Finish
with
up our local
That's right.
updates.
That's right.
Yeah, we're right back after this. This is the Humvee Show. Welcome back. The Humvee Show. On to our final part of this. The local
Sports. Local sports and news.
And I think I did bring this up, write this down on here, but someone new and familiar, WGM, from WGM, new sports multimedia journalist Hannah Barton is heading to Paris to cover the Olympics.
That's cool.
I could not believe when I heard that.
I mean,
And it popped up on my phone, and I guess she tweeted it out.
Yeah.
And I saw the link, and it said that she's going to the Olympics. I was like, "Are you serious? You actually going to this?"
I mean, what a cool.
That's cool.
Cool for WGM
Cool for-
to be able to do that, and then cool for someone who's just getting started in sports journalism, and now you get to go to, the world's most well-known sporting event.
That's nuts.
I mean, we're not talking about just like the country. I
Yeah.
mean, the world. Like, you're going to see athletes from all over the world at the Olympics. So, what a cool experience. Kudos to WGM for getting that, being able to, send someone, and then again, awesome for Hannah, again, as a young journalist, to be able to have that experience. That's cool. I'm excited to see, all of the coverage on that.
Yeah, that's awesome for her, and then someone. Because she's in grad school still. Because I think I did it. Yeah, she's still in grad school. I forget. It's IU Indianapolis is who it is.
So that's awesome. That's cool.
That's awesome, Hannah. We're happy. We're happy to hear that. That's great. You get to cover an amazing event.
Yeah, that would be very a cool experience, once in a lifetime for sure.
Yes, for sure. And that thing's like for 3 weeks, I think.
It's long.
It's long.
It's long. But again, not only do you get to go watch the Olympics, but you get to be in Paris.
Yeah, you'd
How
be in
cool is
Paris.
that?
Eiffel Tower.
I mean, that's again, of all the places that the Olympics could be, Paris is a pretty good one. Yeah, Paris is a pretty good one to be able to say, hey, I went to the Olympics, so that's cool.
Yeah. Now on to some others. We got this one that actually popped up not too long ago.
Yeah, sometime last week. I think.
Sometime last week, Q&D singer safety Wyatt Mueller commits to Illinois State University to continue his football career.
Yeah.
Along with someone other, Rico Clay from Quincy High.
Quincy High, yeah. Rico did. I was probably about a week before, maybe a little bit longer, but Rico announced his commitment to Illinois State. I think Rico's going to play cornerback. And then, again, a week or so after, Wyatt Mueller is committed to that. I think he's going as a safety. I think he talked about it in his interview, probably starting as safety, possibly turning into a hybrid safety linebacker. Yeah, that stuff is all crazy how that works. But again, now two more local high school products that have committed, and that's actually, Bowling Green's not necessarily really close to us locally, but I mean they're only about an hour away. But they have a player that signed and committed to Lindenwood. Who's again now Division One. They're Division One in the FCS. Same with Illinois State. In Western Illinois, Eastern Illinois, stuff like that. So, so we've had a lot. We've had quite a few already in this upcoming senior class to be able to make that. And I think like this is, and the only reason I say this is because again, I deal with recruiting, for my job. Guy. But like, I think if this becomes a possibility for high school athletes, right, to be able to make your commitment and feel good about that going into your senior year and not waiting until after your senior season. I think it's a cool thing. It doesn't happen very often. Like I want people to understand that what these two or the three of them have been able to do, in which they make their commitment. They're right now. They don't have to worry about that. All the stuff. They get to focus on their senior years. That doesn't happen very often for a lot of kids. So kudos to them. Both of them, all three of them. Again, I've watched Wyatt quite a bit, Rico quite a bit. They're great work ethic. Both of them are huge playmakers.
Yes, they are.
Very important to both teams. And again, I can't wait for them to finish up their senior year, see what they finish their careers, and then again get to go on to Illinois State and hopefully blossom some more and have great careers for the Redbirds. And but again, the cool thing too is, and this is what I think is awesome about being a college athlete, is they're going to line up the last weekend in August. Week 1, QHS and QMD play each other.
It is amazing when those two play.
They're going to line up as again opponents, and then that same time a year later they're going to be teammates.
Yeah, and then I'm sure, which I may not be wrong. Those two will probably catch up with each other probably after the game. Probably, I'm sure. I'm sure they will.
If they haven't already started to communicate and talk. It's. I'm sure they probably will, but
White did say he was going to probably reach out to Rico.
But again, great accomplishment for those two guys. What a wonderful thing for them, and hopefully again we've got a lot more kids going into their senior year, and hopefully by the end that they've all get the chance to continue to play the sport that they love in college, and hopefully we have more. And again, this is a recruiting pitch to me in terms of again for all those high school players, again, no matter what the sport it is, if you want to continue to play it, you can find the opportunities. You can go out, and I don't care what anyone tells you. Again, being a Division I athlete or a D3 or whatever it is, like you're a college athlete, you become a part of an elite group. Again, it's a great accomplishment, and if you work hard and you want to go and take those opportunities, do it. Again, these two are going to go play at at Division I level, which is phenomenal. But again, for all those local seniors that hopefully over the next 12 months get to make the decision if they want to play in college or not. Wish them all the best of luck and for their decisions. But again, cool to see two local kids not only just go D1 but go to the same school.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So that's that would be interesting to watch the two of them grow in their careers.
Yep, and then we had another QMD alum that recently
another Redbird.
Another Redbird.
Alex is going to be a senior this year at Illinois State.
McCullough. Yeah, broke the Westview Golf Course's record actually.
Yeah. Which again, like. For people who aren't real big with golf, he shot a 60. Which, like most four-man scramble teams, shoot around a 60.
Yeah.
A 58's a pretty darn good scramble team. 58, 59, 60, 61. That's a pretty good. So for him just to shoot that by himself, I don't think people understand that's a heck of a feat. It's he also again a month or so ago is the men's city champ. He's had a great career at Illinois State. I know he's done very well for them. He's got a big senior year coming up, and I'm a fan of golf. Clearly, I've talked about it a lot. I remember Alex coming in as a freshman at QMD with a lot of hype on him. Again, he had a great youth career, and one thing that for young golfers, something to take from how Alex approaches the game is golf is something to where you've got to be strong between the ears. And what I mean is mentally, you have to be a very strong competitor because golf is a game of ups and downs very, very quickly, drastically. And I love watching him golf because he's very competitive. Like people that don't he's a very competitive individual, but he also can stay relaxed. He can stay, even when you talk about Muddy River, and again, Shuck did a great article on Alex after he broke the record. He was like, I hadn't played in a couple weeks since the Men's City. I grabbed a buddy of mine and said, hey, let's go out, let's play. And he's like, hey, I haven't played in a while, so I want to kind of make this competitive. Like I'm going to treat this like it's a real tournament. We're going to go out. No, again, he was enjoying himself. He was having fun. He's being relaxed. They were playing music, things that, you don't normally see when you think of golf. But I just young golfers, that is something that if you want to be successful in golf, you have to understand how to stay relaxed and calm, and not be so overly serious when you're in a match. Being competitive and being overly serious are two completely different things. But again, I love the way that McCullough plays. It's been fun to watch him growing up from QD and ISU and how well he does. And he's a good role model for any young golfer. Alex is a good young man, and I can't wait to see what he does with his senior year at ISU.
Kid was well coached in high school, not going to lie.
Oh, yeah. His dad did a great job. Charles Schultz was still the coach at QD. Charles is a heck of a golfer himself.
Yeah.
And again, I think he's grown.
Mark Longo helped.
Yep, I think he's grown very much at ISU as well. But again, it's cool. He's a very good kid. I can't say a kid anymore. Shoot, he's 21 years old.
So, he's an adult now, but
again, a great young man, approaches the game very, very well, very respectfully, and again is well deserved in that accomplishment. Good for Alex.
Yeah, good for Alex, man. And then we got another one here that we recently just popped. I said earlier,
pop back in.
The Illinois-Missouri high school baseball all-star game will take place tomorrow, if I'm right.
I think so.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yes, at Veterans Field in Hannibal, Missouri.
Yep.
It's great to see. Watch one more. There's the senior kids get to play one more time.
Yeah. Also, high school all-star games are so cool.
They're awesome.
It's awesome to, and again, I think this is what's fun about going and playing in college is you get to then be teammates with guys that you competed against growing up. You know what I mean? And for these guys, a lot of them again played in the same conferences, played against each other since Pop Warner. Again, Little League, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's really cool. Again, I love that we have so much support in this area from businesses and stuff to do all these all-star games. Almost every major sport has some sort of an all-star game, whether it's strictly in the area or again Illinois versus Missouri, however they go about doing it. So it's awesome for those seniors, awesome for their parents to watch one more time, fans, relatives, whatever. But again, huge shout out to all the local businesses and people that get involved in these all-star games, help funding them, help getting them all organized. Because it is something, again, I've been involved in these all-star games, both as a coach and as players, and it's a very, very memorable experience. It's something that these kids will never forget. The coaches never forget. Again, it's awesome all the way around. So, again, that's great for the guys, great for the players, but also, again, big shout-out to all of those companies and business, community members that help sponsor and organize these games for our local high school guys.
Yeah, shout out to the man that actually is in charge of it, Mr. Aaron Peters. Man, he does great. Awesome. I see his stuff, and he liked. I think he liked the one because I shared it, and I shared it with everybody. That way, everyone can see it, and I can tell it said "Hey, MLB All Star liked your whatever." I'm like, liked your post. I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Aaron, you do an amazing job at that, man. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, love
running it good.
Love playing it at Hannibal.
Yeah.
I like Veterans Field. I think it's a cool
turf.
little. It's. I think it's an awesome little stadium.
Yeah, I always like that, and then the old Hoots Field.
Yep.
Clemens Field.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's going to be a great event. Not going to lie. Familiar coaches of ours, our buddy
Tyler
McAllister's
he'll lead the
Illinois team, and then Jared Rich is, if I'm saying that, sorry, Coach Rich, if I'm getting your name wrong.
He's the Missouri coach.
Is going to do the Missouri side. And I did see other familiar faces there. It's going to be helping out with Tyler's side. On the Illinois side, I forget. Sorry, Coach Rich, if I forget all your coaching staff for that. Apologies. I did see that, and I saw Tyler's dad's going to be on there.
Yeah.
And another one, Zach Burley, my Lion West's head baseball coach, is on that.
Yep.
And then I'm not sure who else. I think there's another name. Somebody different. But there is a lot of familiar players that we would know that's on this Illinois team.
Yeah, both from Minden.
Both from Minden and
some
then
from senior high that I recognize.
Payson.
Payson, I think QD has one or two in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that would be, again, if I wasn't going to be driving myself to St. Louis, maybe I would have driven myself over to Hannibal and watched it. But
yeah, I'll attend it. Don't worry. I'll have to cover it that way we can get more info on everything.
We'll do a recap of it next week.
Recap of it next week. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I usually try because even though I broadcast some of these games of theirs.
Yeah, at Minden,
and that's one thing. I'm just like, okay, I should, even though I'm not really there anymore, but I'm just like, I call their games.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing to help out with.
But yeah, don't worry, everybody, I will be there. I'm not sure if I'll have a sheet of paper with me or not. That way I can know what all went on during the game or a scorebook in my hand.
Yeah, recapping it.
Bring
a notebook.
I'll
bring a notebook. Take some notes on it.
I'll take some notes.
Yeah, you got to take some notes on that.
I'm definitely gonna work on that. But hey, everyone, thank you all again for tuning in for episode 3. If I'm right, yes, we are on episode 3. But yeah, we'll tune in the next Tuesday because we premiere every Tuesday, and we'll get this one out here soon as we can, and then we'll get started with the episode 4 coming up next Tuesday as well. For myself, Humbo's Connor McLaughlin saying so long, and we're out.
We're out.